I was really proud of the way guys played and competed, and we knew going in this was going to be a challenging game. A lot of respect for what Coach Allen's doing, and as you watched and prepared for it, felt like it was a really good team, and still feel that. But I thought guys played and they responded and made plays, and certainly it didn't start the way you want when the turnover in the red zone. But I thought guys just, particularly Alex, just kind of kept his poise and kept playing, and certainly the takeaways were a big part of the game. And I thought defense did a heck of a job, and guys had to step up and step in, and that was fun to see them make some big plays. And so it's that they were resilient, and you appreciate that, and you want them to enjoy this one, and then we got to go forward and keep finding ways to get better.
Well, you put yourself behind the eight ball with slow starts in a lot of games this year. Why do you think that is, number one, and why does this team seem to be able to respond to it?
Yeah, I think the response is, I think they're confident, and they know there's still football to be played, and we were today, we had a chance to have a good start, driving it down and JT hit a couple big runs early, but we didn't finish. And so I think it's just important to keep playing, and you do want to start better than we have been. You don't want to be behind the eight ball, but I thought guys just they do a nice job of focusing in on the moment, and I think they have confidence in each other and know that it's a long game, and you just got to continue to play whatever happens. I think it makes it harder to win, right? Anytime you turn the ball over when you get an opportunity to get points, and I think each game is different, and so you play it. But yeah, we'd like to start fast, and if you don't, you just got to figure out a way to keep plugging and play. But yeah, you want to absolutely.
Paul, you said many times we're going to need everybody, and I'm just curious if this is one of those games where you got Tyler Johnson, George Ferguson, Connor Allen, pinning down the 10. Is that what you saw tonight?
Yeah, I think you saw some of the ones that have been making plays make them, and then as circumstances present itself, like Tyler we knew we were going to play a lot of guys because of the tempo and hoping to keep as many outside backers as fresh as he can, and yet he's done a nice job of continuing to make plays and I think gain some confidence. And I thought it was a really big play by Alex and Kendrick on the third down, third and short, and that was huge. And so Danny came in and did some good things. When KP went, or when Q got hurt, and Ferg obviously was big. And those picks were huge, and offensively you had good field position, but you're still proud of the way they punched it in.
Paul, what impresses you the most about Jonathan?
He's a really good back. That I like the way that he works, and he knows that he can still get better. I don't think he feels at all like he's arrived, and I think he's a really good fit with this team. But there's a lot of things. You like him who he is as an individual, and certainly like him as a player.
We didn't mention his name, but I'm just curious your confidence level, especially in certain situations, short yardage.
Yeah, I have been confident with Alec, and certainly he came up big. I think he had 5 touches, and 3 of them were scores, and yet probably more of what he did and contributes is not with the ball in his hand, and that was really kind of how we felt when Ram was playing. I think we feel fortunate that you got 2 really good football players there.
Well, how important were some of the third down conversions today, especially that you're down 10-0 and got a couple of really big ones in that first half?
Yeah, that was big. I think that's when we hit AJ on one, and those are big, and certainly Alex got off to you don't want to have that be that might have been his first pass was the pick, and yet I think he does a good job of just kind of staying with it, and any time that you can convert on third down, those are huge, and I think that we were pretty good on that drive. It's awesome. I do think that he's putting himself in position so that if something does present itself, he can take advantage of it. And those weren't necessarily easy ones. You had to kind of go and low on it, and it was it's been fun to see, and they've been really big plays. And I think he does a great job and has been doing that as far as really putting himself in good position, knowing what we're trying to do in the scheme, and I think knowing what an offense is trying to do too. So I think he's got good vision, and he's taking advantage of those opportunities that do come his way. Those are huge. I thought we did a nice job on that, and I'm anxious to watch it, but I think it was a number of guys that you kind of, as you're watching it, noticed we're creating some pressure and getting him, and not always necessarily sacks, but I do think we're able to make him feel a little bit uncomfortable, and that's always part of it.
How big of a turning point was the fumble recovery that was given Thursday?
I think the turnover the takeaway is huge, but I think it's really important what you do with it, and I think that's where I thought the offense was able to take advantage of those good field positions, and then I started feeling like we were truly playing off each other and kind of with each other, for each other, all that stuff I think is really important.
Well, do you have any update on the future availability of Quintez or Toto or this sort?
No, I mean, I talked to every one of them, but I didn't talk to Brian and see, kind of what's going on there. I'm sure you'll get it on the report.
2 games on the road at Illinois in a year. Are you looking forward to being back at Camp Randall for the next 2 weeks?
Looking forward to the next game, absolutely. And it's we're lucky. Camp Randall's a fun place to play at, and it'll be good to be back home, certainly.
What do you make of the change on the special team too with Colorado playing Tim and kickoff return? Just getting a different look there? Or?
Connor had been practicing really well, and then we were able to get Anthony in too, and you thought he had a really good one for sure. But truly kind of wanted, if guys are earning opportunities to do things, and DT, he comes to you all the time, and he wants, I can contribute more, I want to do more, and wanted to give him that opportunity, and it was he's a fun player to be around, and yet he goes and works, and he and Natrell are two guys I admire the way they approach every practice and everything that they do, that they're going, and it's fun, and we need that, right? You need that from your seniors to be working and leading the way. It gives great example, but I think that's probably what it was as much.
Paul, how much stock do you put into the first poll? Was out, I think you're 8th or 9th, but you're 4th in the AP. And do you guys talk about that at all, the team, or what?
We don't. You just want to enjoy and appreciate each opportunity that's in front of each week, and I want the guys to enjoy this victory and appreciate all that went into it. And then tomorrow we look forward to playing another game back home against a really good Iowa team.
So, I was going to say, sorry, I saw Quintez Cephas was in a wheelchair holding some crutches. Chryst had some walking crutches. How deflating is that to take the trip home with that and some of those crutches?
You always hate seeing any of your players get injured, and yet you talk to each one, and I can honestly say each guy had a smile on their face, but you hate it.
Paul, when did you know that Jonathan would be able to take a full load of carries today, and how important was that for your offense?
I think it's important. I don't know if we really did know. You know what I mean? I think you kind of go, and certainly, was able to kind of get a sense in warm-ups that he's doing well. But I don't think that for sure, quite honestly. Hi.
You think the team has really figured out what its identity is yet?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear the last part.
You think the team has figured out what its identity is yet?
You have to ask them. I think that. I think we're still. I don't want to. There's still more season, so I think we're still want to keep playing and growing and continue to take advantage of the moment. So I don't know how to answer that.
Take one more for Coach, if there is.
What was your take on some of Nelson's? I think Nelson had 3 passing appearances at least today. Do you
I mean, you think that you're getting a good look when you're on the sideline, probably 75 yards away. So, right, I mean, but anxious to see it.